NNPP, I mean. And of course, this has been happening for quite a long time. You were the chairman of this party in Katsina State. Are you concerned about what is happening in the NNPP?
Well, as a politician, and as you rightly said, former chairman of NNPP, a northerner and a Nigerian, I must be concerned about what has been happening in NNPP. Because, you see, we're supposed to show maturity, understanding, and patriotism. But we are lacking all this. The actions or inactions of our elders sometimes is disheartening, is discouraging. Because in Nigeria, you hardly see a person or a leader who is well-mannered or cultured. We have almost lost everything, most especially here in the north. We lost leadership, we lost our culture, we lost our belongings. We are in trouble. This made it possible by the actions and sometimes inaction of our leaders. Most especially, as I said earlier, in the northern Nigeria. So the crisis is between Kwankwaso being the leader and our presidential aspirant in the just concluded general election. And the founder of the party, Boniface. Boniface is the founder of the party. He single-handedly financed all the activities of the party before our coming into the party. Of course, Kwankwaso introduced me to NNPP. I was in NNPP because of Kwankwaso, because of his principles, because of his statesmanship, because of what I observed in him, because he is one of our hopes in the northern Nigeria. The one we believed or we think that he can deliver, he can salvage us, he can bring in peace, stability, and economic activities in the northern Nigeria because of his past record. But actually, I was highly disturbed. Disturbed in the sense that he's supposed not to hijack the party from the founder. Because when he was in trouble, when he was running helter-skelter, looking for an alternative, when he was frustrated by the people who doesn't like him in the other party, PDP and the others, and some unpatriotic northern leaders, they frustrated him out of the ruling party or out of PDP, to put it rightly. Now, he went to this man. I was not part of them then, but I happened to be close to the person who was a signatory to that agreement, where this gentleman, the founder of the party, allowed and submitted all his rights, privileges, as far as NNPP is concerned, to Kwankwaso. He surrendered all those rights, all those privileges to Kwankwaso. In principles, gentleman agreement, Kwankwaso contest under that party. And most of the people who won elections are Kwankwaso's boys. They won their election under that platform, that authorized platform. Because you cannot go and contest elections single-handedly without an authorized platform. That authorized platform is political party registered by INEC. No matter how popular you happen to be, you must go through the rigorous politicking within a registered political party recognized by law. Kwankwaso, then, and even today, has no alternative than NNPP, with that man proudly surrendered the party to him. Kwankwaso, for Kwankwaso to come and take over the party from that gentleman is injustice, and we are ready to fight injustice wherever we believe there is or it is about to happen. We always intervene. We'll always fight or fight that kind of injustice. It has happened in the past. That is why you see us now. Most of the people, most of the politicians in the north, and in even some part of the country, think or believe that we are always, most especially myself, interested in opposition. No, we will remain opposed to any kind of injustice. It is better for me to die fighting injustice than to become a president and commit injustice. So, if I am to refer you back, just recently, there was a serious litigation or court case against Abba, the current governor of Kano State, democratically elected, one of the most popular governors in the northern Nigeria, or in Nigeria, because he won with popular, genuine votes. On technical grounds, the ruling party wanted to snatch that victory using our judicial system, because you know our criminal justice system is very funny. It's one of the most funniest in the whole world, because there is no justice, no transparency. That is why you are witnessing what you are seeing today. We fought for that. I was not in NPP when these court cases were going on, but I was behind Abba Gida, behind NNPP in Kano from day one to the last time. We even warned government that if you touch that man, there will be a trouble in Nigeria. Not by the masses, because our masses has been destroyed by our elites. Their thinking capacity, their attitude, their whatever has been destroyed, eroded by their elites who are supposed to guide them. They misguided them. Our malams deceived and misguided them. So we fought for Abba Gida without minding whether he is conscious about it or not, whether he knows about it or not. We fought for that injustice and we succeeded. I didn't care. I didn't mind. I did it for myself, not for Abba Gida. And I'm not interested in anything, whatever, from the actions I took, because I believe it was the best approach, the best actions a patriotic and somebody who fear God, Allah, should do. Fight injustice wherever you see it happening or taking place. Coming back to Kwankwaso. Kwankwaso, you got what you want. you got Kano, you secured Abba's victory in Kano, and NNPP's victory in Kano. No, the founder cannot come and claim the governorship of Kano, because that belongs to Konkoso and Konkosia movement. And for him to go and also completely hijack the party from the founder is injustice, gross misconduct, serious injustice. My fear is Allah is watching us. Allah knows what had happened between Konkoso and the founder of the party. Allah knows the agreements they reached. If Nigerians doesn't know, but surely Allah knows. Whoever deviated or violated that covenant or agreement, you know the consequences of it. That is, if you are to look at the religious implications and even social implications of it. So that is why I'm worried. I am one of Konkoso's supporter, true supporter. That does not mean that I should be quiet when he is making mistakes, or when he is committing a serious mistake or a serious crimes against humanity and against social justice. I must talk. I must show my concern, because I don't want him to destroy himself, because we are looking him for somebody who one day will come and salvage us. But this action can destroy him completely, can destroy his political career, because he is not fighting the founder of the party, but he is in conflict with Allah, who says you should deal justly. So I'm advising him to hand over the party back to the owner. That does not mean he is handing over back the structure of the elected officials within the party, not party officials, those who happens to be our legislature and governor under the NNPP. Anytime he can decide to form his own party or join another party with all the people, all the benefits from the NNPP. But for him to hijack that from that gentleman, I think is a very wrong approach.
So what has he done indicating that he has hijacked the party? Has he changed the structure of the party, or what happened?
Of course, yes.
People are blaming him that he has hijacked the party.
No, of course, he has changed the structure of the party. All his people, he has dismissed or expelled the founders' people. He changed the logo of the party from what you used to know to what it is now, with Konkosia semblance, red.
The logo was a basket with
yes,
fruits.
With fruits.
With fruits inside.
Inside.
What is it today?
Now with a book, and that what do you call it? That calf.
Okay, academic.
Very good. Very
academic
good.
calf.
Academic calf.
Okay.
That book, nobody knows what book she was referring to. It could be anything. So he did this without the input of the founder. He changed the logo. He changed the flags. He changed this. He changed that. He expelled the executive council he made, which means he stripped him of all the rights within the party. He happens to be the founder. If this is not injustice, what do you call it? I have never met with Boniface. That is the founder. I have never met him in my life. But I was in the party because of Konkoso. And for me to condone or just to accommodate this injustice, that meaning I don't like, I'm not interested in the progress of Konkoso.
Many people will say maybe he should seek redress at a court of law.
They are already in court. That is another failure of our great leader. For him to refuse intentionally or otherwise to reconcile the party, somebody whom we think can reconcile the whole Nigeria, who can lead the whole Nigeria, who can give a very good leadership, now cannot even reconcile a just very minor conflict within the party. And that party is only limited in Kano, where they have governor of this and that. Here in Katsina, we don't have any single member. In Kaduna, no member. In the entire northern Nigeria, I don't know why we have an elected member under that party, which means the party is concentrated in Kano. You see, that is why we have our governor under NNPP. We have all
that may have given him the courage to take over the party.
Of course, if I happen to lease my farm to you, after the harvest, will you come and claim the ownership of my land? You take over your harvest if there is disagreement. Take over your harvest and leave my land as you met it. You understand? Yeah. He can go away with his elected people and allow the gentleman to take over his party. Since there is litigation, court cases all over, constitutionally, Konkoso and his group can opt out of the party. If they could not get, or if they could not agree among themselves and reconcile for the betterment of the party. Take note, I'm not a member of NNPP because you insisted that I should talk. That is why I'm talking. And as an elder statesman, I must say the truth because our children are listening. We want them to learn from our mistakes and make corrections. We want to unite Nigeria. The disunity, the deceit by our elites is so enormous. Hardly you see a religious person in Nigeria, whether Christian or Muslim. We don't have them. We only preach religion, but we don't practice it. We go to mosques, we go to churches, we pray, we come back, but we still contradict ourselves. We always contradict ourselves.
Okay, you're one of the associates of Senator Rabi Musa Konkoso, whom you are blaming or accusing that he has taken over the affairs of NNPP. Don't you think there is need for you to go to Senator Rabi Musa Konkoso, sit down with him and maybe offer some kind of advices that may lead to reconciliation within the NNPP?
No, you are just, Abdullah, I will not say you are a small boy because I can't call you a boy. But as far as politics of Kano is concerned, you are just a starter. You know nothing about Kano politics. You have to look at their antecedents. X-ray Malang Amin Kano, how he behaved. Go to the X-ray of Kano. What was his behavior when he was alive? Their interactions, their relationship with people, their public relationship. You see? And even Salalamido. All those people from Kano, let Gali Umar Na'abai. Look, that is how they are, or how they used to be. There is no genuine freedom in Kano. It is a crime for you to go and challenge Konkoso in the presence of his boys. Anything can happen to you. Whom do you think can challenge Malam Aminu Kano when he was alive? When he is dealing or interacting with his disciples? You cannot. You can't call PRP a freedom party. It's a party founded, of course, on the basis of freedom. You understand? But for you as a party member to exercise your freedom of choice within the party was not possible. Malam Aminu Kano will come and say, you become this, you become this. That's all. You cannot challenge their leaders. Because by questioning them, by bringing any other things which contradict their beliefs or thinking, you are challenging them. And they will not take it lightly. So they are not the way you think of them when it comes to social interaction. So to put it short, I cannot, and I am not in a position to go directly and talk to him on this issue. Don't forget, we had great leaders. That is why when it comes to this kind of thing, I always remembered Babangida, General Babangida, when he was Commander-in-Chief and Nigerian head of state, as one of the delegates by the House of Assembly then, to go and convey the message of the State Assembly that he should not hand over power in chaos, in confusion. We did our submission. But when he comes to me, when he shake hands with me, I said, Mr. President, I have my observation, please. He said, leader, what is it? I said, please, that injustice meted out to Abiola should be relooked into. He laughed at me. He said, leader, I will look into it. Good. That was a leader then. He did not quarrel with me. He did not change his pace. You can see from if you read his, what do you call it in our social research? I don't know, I forgot. Anyway, so you can see it clearly from his face. It doesn't go bad or into him. You are seeing me as somebody who doesn't know why he did what he did. But at least he accommodated me. His body language accommodated my concern, which I was very, very happy then. But now, do you think I can go to Konkoso and face him and tell him that the injustice you did against the leader, you should correct it in the presence of his aides? You see, we know that we are slaves. We are only deceiving ourselves. Everywhere you go, you will see a legislature driving a jeep with mansions with this, while you will come to his house, wait for him. When he comes, he will give you 500 naira. Your children are abandoned, out of schools, out of jobs, out of this, out of that. They become a nuisance to the society. What are we? So we are slaves.
Now finally,
you understand?
What do you want the Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso to do?
I want him to go and reconcile with the founder of the party. I want him to see reasons for what I am suggesting. That before God, they made this agreement. I was made to understand by one of them, they were all 3 or 4, 5. 2 from his side, and the others from the side of Boniface. He should go and reconcile with the man. If they can reconcile, let them reconcile. If they cannot reconcile, let him hand over the party to the owner. and come back and strategize, because all those who elected that party, who happen to be support the party, did so. In my understanding, I'm talking my mind, I don't know you or others. They did it because of Konkoso. 90% of the votes from the North are Konkoso's votes. What is his problem? Why can't he go and discuss with the founder? Now the founder cannot say, I have governor there, I have this senator. The founder is only spending his money, his time, his everything for the party. While the main, what do you call it? Beneficiary of the party is Konkoso and his group. Because they contested under the platform of NNPP. They won. They are now representing their various constituencies and even the state in general. So who are the beneficiaries? Of course, Konkoso. Yeah. So what does it, it will not affect him in any way negatively. Well, if he reconcile with the owner, or he hand over his party back. If he could not reconcile with him, he should give him his party back and come back and strategize, because wherever he goes, those people will follow him. Don't forget, if today Konkoso asks some of them to enter fire, they will. If he goes back to any party, they will follow him. If he decides to join any other party, they will follow him. So what is his problem? I don't think there is any. But those people around him, a leader should not listen to those who always say yes to him. A leader should look at those who can look at him and say, sir, you are wrong here. Don't do this. So by the time you realize that within the midst of your followers, no one can raise up his hand and say, sir, you are wrong here. You are a finished leader. You will never survive.